Picture this. A recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my Castle of Confusion. It's the 20th of January, and I'm looking at a Nintendo classic on the NES. And it is Balloon Fight, and look how cute it is. Yes, I'm that little guy with the red balloons, and the idea of the game is basically, if you've ever played Joust, you'll know exactly what you've got to do. You've basically got to pop your balloon, your competitor's balloons, before they pop yours. Now, if you lose both of yours, then that's it, you lose a life. Now, you do get two chances, so if they come and pop your first balloon, then you can still fly. Anyway, so let's get on with the necessaries. So, looking at it, it's very cute indeed. Like I say, very reminiscent of Joust, but we'll get into that in a bit. So, yes, very, very cutesy graphics, but then you'd expect that from Nintendo. This was one of their early efforts. I think it's classed as one of the NES classics now. And it's a great little game, actually. I'm really enjoying this already. It had three game modes. There was one player, two player, and then there was like a survival mode type thing. See how far you could get. It's like an infinite scrolling, and just see how far you could go before you lost all your lives. So it had a lot of replay value, which again we'll have a look at later. So the idea of the game is basically to pop all the other balloons on the stage. Then you've got to go and hit them, because if you just leave them, they'll repump up their balloons and take flight. Now you do get different mob types on this, different coloured balloons that they have. And this is like a little bonus stage here, I believe. Okay, so I think you've got the idea is to get as many balloons as you can and not let many escape, although it doesn't seem to matter. So we'll just plow on. Yeah, but it's really nice. The nice little animations there of him flapping his arms, which is great, which brings us neatly onto controls, which is really simple, ladies and gents. You've got A and B, which flap your arms. The faster you tap your buttons, the faster you flap your arms, and the higher up you go. You can also use that to descend slower as well. Now, you can actually attack these guys before they've assembled their balloons, which you can see there. You get some pretty good scores from. They do have parachutes, but it's comical if you can actually get them to land in the water as well. Now, if you try and land in the water, there's actually a piranha in there, and he'll eat you. So, yeah, just be warned. But yeah, the level is finished as soon as you have tackled your last guy. So there we are. I can't actually work out what they're supposed to be. I don't know, they're little men with, like, pokey masks on or something like that. But they will come and try and get your balloon. Now, the green ones are a little bit more aggressive. They will actively try and get you. The pink balloons don't seem to be as aggressive. But you do get all these different various mob types, and you'll probably see that green guy. Oh, there we said. Did you see the piranha eat that man? Did you? I did. So there you go. That's one of the hazards. There are many hazards in this game. The lightning clouds as well will spit out these little lightning balls, hindering your progress as you go. So there's lots of things to look out for. And practically everything on the screen wants to kill you. Now, the bubbles that you get will give you extra points, and what do points make? Prizes. There you go. And it's fairly simple to get into as well, which is really nice. You can just basically just load this game up and away you go. It's got a really nice learning curve, and it's not too taxing, but it does get harder later on, which is what you want from a game, really. Eases you in gently. And I tell you what, compared to some of the games these days, you just like a bit of simplicity in your life. The thing with the modern day games, they rely far too much on looking pretty and not enough on the gameplay. Back then, they didn't really have much of a choice, so it had to tick the gameplay boxes to be able to increase its appeal to all age groups. So there we are. Now you've got this nice little sounds going on here. Totally, completely NES. If you've ever owned a Nintendo Entertainment System, you know the sort of sounds. They're just sort of the generic NES sounds, but they're so cutesy. I don't know if about you guys, but I find that sounds can really take you back. Yeah, I've lost a balloon now. Now, the thing is, when you I've lost a life as well. When you lose a balloon, you actually have to tap harder on, faster on your buttons to be able to get yourself up off the ground, because obviously you only have one balloon as opposed to two. So there you go. So yes, a great little game. I've got to say, if you haven't played this, then it's probably worth trying to grab yourself a copy. Shouldn't be too expensive. You can actually get this on the Nintendo DS as well, I believe. They did a version of it on that. So yeah, pick it up on a format that suits you and give it a whirl. It's actually a great game. Now, like I said, it's very much like Joust. Now, if you've ever played Joust, you know that you're on the back of these ostriches, and you've got to basically lance your opponents off their mounts. This is very much like that. But actually, I think this is more fun than Joust. Basically, you don't. I've lost a balloon. No. I just love trying to get them in the water. It's funny as. It's just when the piranha jumps up and nips them in the butt. Yeah, so there you go. The piranha will eat them. And yeah, if you get hit by that, it will kill you instantly. Yes, that's not what you want at all. Anyway, I'm really enjoying this game. It's got so much fun element to it. And I think if you get the 2-player option, basically you and a friend. I don't know whether it's versus though, or whether it's both of you on screen at the same time trying to pop all these guys' balloons. I'm not actually sure. But the fact it's actually got a 2-player mode, I'm down with that, guys. Absolutely. You know my standpoint on multiplayer games. Being able to muck about with your mates on games is it always increases the game's longevity for me. And I think that is it's just a great way of bonding with your mates as well, wasn't it? I mean, I don't think you get that from multiplayer these days. A lot of multiplayer games are literally online. That didn't exist back then, so you know, you had to have 2 players sat next to each other, and what great fun that was. So this game really brings that element into play, which is great. Playability factor, well, I think I've just covered that quite well. Yeah, it's very playable. There's nothing here that's going to tax you too much, so just get stuck in, and instantly you've got a classic game to play. Absolutely brilliant. Replay factor, again, you will come back to this game. It is great fun to play. And there's lots to do, and these little bonus stages get harder as you go. You see the balloons are actually flying up the screen a lot quicker, so it's harder to actually get them. But there we are. Now, age range, pretty much any, you know. The learning curve is absolutely spot on. So any age group on this, so you could start them off at 6, maybe 5, and just let them fly around the screen for a bit. You know, it doesn't have to be the goals set by the game parameters. Just make up your own rules. It's always good, isn't it? It's obviously a one screen at a time. What would you describe this as? A platformer, I suppose. I don't really see any other way, or a burst 'em up. I don't know. Maybe that's that. And it's 2 players or 1 player, and you've also got your survival mode as well, which I'm sure everybody will have fun doing. So all in all, it's a very, very simple game, but it's a very, very fun game. If you like Nintendo games anyway, you're going to lap this up. If you've never played it, you need to have a go, at least. And if you enjoy Joust, you're just going to love this as well. I'm going to have a new feature coming up in the show at some point soon, called Bite Size, which is going to be little sort of news excerpts. Nothing major, maybe about 20-30 seconds or so of news. And I might do that once a month, just to sort of outline any of the releases that have been coming up on the old retro scene. Like current games that have been developed and stuff like that. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I've just finished doing the ident for it, so if you'd like to see that, there you go, there's that piranha in here, lovely chap. So yes, that's a new feature coming soon, along with the games, the cheat zone as well. That's coming back. If I can't, it's all whether my cheats guru can actually find the cheats in his head to put into the video. Some games just literally do not have any. Would you like to see the Games Guru actually give you some Game Genie cheat codes. Would that be good as well? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway guys, that's it from me. I will catch you again very, very soon. A brand new review. Hope you've enjoyed this one. This has been Balloon Fight on the NES. I've been Rich. This has been the Retro Revival Show, and I will catch you next time. Until then, you keep it retro, and bye for now!